I'm honestly really proud of WWE for, finally just growing a sack and just saying, look, we understand that we screwed up and we're going to fix the main event. Because could you imagine if this was Randy Orton versus Batista, just mano a mano? Oh my goodness, that would be probably one of the worst WrestleMania main events. Maybe not entirely quality wise, but just because the fans would just piss on it. They would literally piss on it, light it on fire, whatever you want to do to the match, the fans would do it. It would just be a complete train wreck, and thank God WWE has fixed it. That being said, once this is a triple threat match, I cannot think of two more perfect opponents for Daniel Bryan than Randy Orton and Batista. It's amazing how one little altercation, one little change to the match can make these two guys absolutely perfect for Daniel Bryan. Think about it. You have Daniel Bryan, who's doing this whole underdog storyline with Triple H. He's the underdog, yada, yada, yada. Triple H is holding him down. The machine doesn't want him to succeed, all that stuff. You know the drill. Then you have the super bitch of a champion, the ass kisser, the bitch, Randy Orton, who's totally just up Triple H's ass, always kissing up to him, always kissing up to Stephanie McMahon, always, he's the heel, so he's always trying to find ways to get quick victories. And you have Batista, who was supposed to come back as a babyface, but his return blew up in the WWE's face. But by blowing up in the WWE's face, that actually benefited Daniel Bryan and the main event picture. No one wants to see Batista win this title, because Batista, in the fans' eyes, he just walked in and gained the title shot from the people who deserve it, like Daniel Bryan. And what pissed everyone off was WWE saying, hey, here's this guy who hasn't been here in 4 years, and he's going to wrestle for the championship in the main event of WrestleMania 30, and you're going to like this. And the fans said, no. They flipped Batista off and said, we don't want you here. Go away. We don't like you. And that made Batista heel, and I love Batista so much more that he's heel. Just because I don't have to pretend I'm not supposed to pretend like the fans are supposed to like him. I'm not supposed to pretend that he's a good guy when everyone doesn't like him. It makes perfect sense. Batista is playing the heel role very well. He just said to the fans, all right, you know what? The hell with you guys. I'm here for myself, and I'm going to, win the championship. And, just being blunt is perfectly fine here. Randy Orton and Batista are the perfect opponents for Daniel Bryan simply because of just how much the fans hate them. Randy Orton, again, I love Randy Orton. Randy Orton's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but he's such a bitch now. That is his character. He is just whether it was intentional or not, that's how Randy Orton comes across, as a bitch. Just a total bitch, and he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which fuels the fans' hatred and anger even more. How can this guy who just kisses his boss's ass and cheats all the time and is a total bitch, how can he be the champion? And a guy like Daniel Bryan, who works hard, wrestles constantly, wrestles for the crowds, wrestles for, because it's his passion, all that stuff. How can he not be the champion? And yet this guy is the champion. And then you have Batista, Daniel Bryan's other opponent, claiming that, he's been gone for 4 years, but all of a sudden he's like, you know what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get a title shot. It makes perfect sense that it's these two guys facing against Daniel Bryan. If it were anyone else, it would still be, okay, yeah, Daniel Bryan's probably going to win the WWE Championship, but because it's two guys who the fans cannot stand, and it's two guys whose characters are just meant to get under the skin of all the fans, it will be so much more satisfying once Daniel Bryan actually wins the championship from them. And I expect the triple threat. I don't expect it to be that long, to be totally honest. I'm expecting this main event to be maybe around 15, 16 minutes. And match quality wise, I think it'll be a good match. Triple threats are usually very fun. Triple threats, fatal four ways, those types of matches are usually very, very fun to watch. And because the fans are going to be so anti-Batista, so anti-Orton, and so pro Daniel Bryan, this match will be absolutely awesome. And it'll be great to see Daniel Bryan finally conquer the mountain and conquer the two people that the fans cannot stand more than anyone. Take the title away from a guy who all he's done to keep that title is just kiss his boss's ass. And take the guy out who the fans don't obviously care about anymore, or they just don't remember him. It's just two perfect opponents for Daniel Bryan. That being said, if they face each other, that match would be a freaking train wreck. But because WWE had the gall to say, we screwed up, they had the balls to say it, I am much, much more happy about this match. And thankfully, Daniel Bryan will wrestle these two guys and will definitely win the championship.